Hello and welcome to another edition of Meet in the Middle Movies. I'm Ewan.
I'm Mindy.
And we are a married couple who have very different interests. And I think we've talked about that in the past, but we meet in the middle when it comes to movies. And today we got to go check out the first of three major MCU releases coming out. It is Captain America: Brave New World, starring Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson. He was Falcon, but now he's Captain America. Harrison Ford as Thunderbolt Ross, and it was directed by Julius Ona. So this is a big one. This is one that I think a lot of people are interested in. So why don't you stick around and we'll let you know our thoughts.
So first point here with the cast, Anthony Mackie has tons of charisma, and I love that the way he portrayed Captain America was he's a little more human in a good way. I don't know. Like, I think we see these superhero movies and they're so they're inhuman because, they have these special abilities and whatever, especially Marvel. And so he really brought a level of humanity to it that I actually thought was super great. And that's something that leading up to this movie, I've heard a lot of fans kind of be concerned about, how can we really believe this is Captain America when he doesn't have the serum? They really dive into that, and I liked the way they justified it, and I thought it was awesome. Anyway, but his portrayal and just his kind of more gritty, grounded approach to Captain America, very cool, very well done.
I want to see Anthony Mackie is this character and more. I think he deserves the spotlight for a minute. He doesn't have the super serum, and that's something, as you mentioned, they do talk about in this one.
Yeah.
There are big names that appear in this that nobody knew about.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep... So those performances are good. There's a new character, Ruth Bat Seraph, played by Shira Haas. I think is how you say that.
Okay.
She's a Israeli actress. And I thought her character was a lot of fun as well. She's cool. Kind of got a lot of...
I bet she shows up more.
I bet she does.
Yeah.
She's got a lot
Marvel,
of great skills. And I think I've seen her in one other show, but I can't remember what it was. It was on Netflix a long time ago.
Also, let's talk about watching Harrison Ford Hulk out.
Well,
that was super cool.
Before talking about Harrison Ford Hulk out,
he did great.
He did well. He kind of portrays... I mean, it's Harrison Ford, so we know he's got the ability to portray rage. But I think, and I feel weird saying this about a superhero movie, he did a great job in my mind, especially portraying the panic that leads up to rage.
Oh, for sure.
In that.
Just those moments. There's one particular moment where he is overwhelmed with everything that's hitting him. And he just sits down and he looks terrified. Yeah. He looks so scared. That was a nice portrayal of that may or may not have been in the script, but it was definitely in his performance. And that was just a great layer to add to it instead of I'm Hulk smash, I'm mad all the time. It was everything
what's
up.
Yes. What goes up to there. And then they
cool.
do explain how that happens pretty easily. Danny Ramirez also is in this. He kind of plays a little bit of a sidekick. He was a lot of fun in it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've
character
seen
that I get the feeling they might show more of as Marvel continues.
I haven't seen Danny Ramirez in I don't think anything before this, but
I hadn't either. Or if I did, he just disappeared and I didn't
I want to see more. Yeah. So
not disappeared as an actor. I mean, in a good way. Like sometimes if an actor disappears and then you watch another thing and you go, "Wait, that was them," So that's a compliment.
I want to see more. I want to see more from really of course, I want to see more of Harrison Ford.
Right.
But everyone that was a main player that we just mentioned, I would love to see more from. So that was really, really good.
Well cast.
So let's go ahead and move on to our thoughts on the story, the plot. So the plot, it does have that kind of political thriller feel to it.
Yes, I was going to say that at the beginning. So most Marvel films, they'll kind of open with an action sequence and you feel like, you know, okay, yeah, I'm watching a superhero movie. This one had moments where it felt like a political thriller. That was cool. That was very different for them.
It's in the same vein. It's not as good, but it's in the same vein as Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Because Winter Soldier is still considered one of the best, in my opinion, I think it's considered one of the best superhero movies, period.
It's great, so I wouldn't argue, but
it's in that same vein, I would say. Overall, there's nothing extraordinary here. They finally addressed some things that I think a lot of Marvel fans have been waiting for them to address for a while. Not going to give that one away.
I did hear about that before the film, but I don't know if I was supposed to, so I won't say. But yeah, there's a certain thing that they left us hanging with before that they finally addressed.
Yeah. As far as this one goes, I think that ever since this latest phase of Marvel we've been in, everything's kind of felt a little more cartoony.
Yes.
You know, like the Doctor Strange, Shang-Chi, like all
even
of the ones, even the Marvels has kind of felt a little cartoony.
Yeah.
This one, it's not, I wouldn't put it in the same tier as the Marvel everybody knows and loves, as
like the
Civil
Avengers
War or Avengers or anything like that. But it is a step in the right direction. It felt like it could
set up for that.
It feels like we're heading back to that. There's not a single mention of multiverse in it.
No, I think you're right.
It was.
I don't know. Are you guys? Let us know in the comments. Are you tired of the multiverse and how like nobody stays dead? They might just come back in a different.
It was a very grounded story, but at the same time, it had huge implications.
Yes.
So I think.
Well, and I like that they still let us feel like the stakes were high, even though we've seen Marvel films where like
the whole universe,
the entire universe might be obliterated, and the stakes weren't that high, but you still feel it throughout the movie. Yeah. That was a good example of how like the stakes do not have to be Thanos level high in order for us to just really enjoy the threat of this, you know, the impending badness in this movie, you know, so we still felt that, and that it was kind of nice to bring it back to the ground level, but still make us really care about it and care. I think the key is they have to make us care about those characters. It can't just be, here's a good guy, here's a big baddie, and he's going to destroy the world. It's like, if they make you care about a character and then that character is threatened, that's what's going to set us off to care about what happens.
Ultimately, what this one did for me, because of the tone, because of how much I liked it, it made me more excited for Thunderbolts. It made me more excited for Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
So it feels like we are headed in this. We're not there yet.
Yeah.
Because there are some problems with this movie, and we'll get into that in our points of weaknesses.
Yeah.
But we are headed in the right direction.
This was encouraging.
Yeah.
And I already had fairly solidly established excitement for Fantastic Four, because if you've seen that preview, it looks so different from the other Marvel movies we've gotten, and I'm so excited about the flavor that one seems to have. And but anyway, I wasn't totally sold yet on Thunderbolts. I mean, I always think it sounds fun just because I'm a pretty easygoing moviegoer, but yeah, this encourages me. Like, we're going in a direction where we're finally putting together some puzzle pieces instead of just hearing random story here, random story there. Now we're starting to have that connected storyline again, and that's exciting.
Yeah. So overall impression, this is a thumbs up. This actually, yes, it's early in the year, but it's gone to the top of my list for my favorite movie of 2025.
Yep. As of, what is today? February?
Yeah, we know it's February, and it won't be there at the end.
We have a disagreement on this. I'm like, let's not talk about if it's in our top 10 of the year until like way later in the year. He's like, no, we gotta let him know now. But anyway, so as of February 16th, it's at the top of my list as well.
Okay. For points of strength, again, I think we're heading in the right direction as far as Marvel. So, here are the problems with this movie, I thought. Based on the standard we have now, the visual effects I thought were not as good as what we've seen in the past. They're still good, but it's nothing that's gonna. And I feel like when you go into a Marvel movie, you're kind of expecting visual effects that kind of like knock your socks off. It's not going to do that. They're good, but it's not going to do that.
Yeah. I wouldn't say there was anything to the level of take me out of it. Like,
no.
Wait, what are they doing with the effects here? But yeah, nothing like, whoa, I'm seeing something I've never seen.
Another one was, I thought the combat, the fight choreography was a little clunky at times. There'd be times where it'd be like less stylized than what you're used to from a Captain America type thing.
Right.
And you're thinking, okay, well that makes sense because he's human. Of course he's going to be less. And then all of a sudden he'll throw like a sideways kick type thing. And it's like, okay, it's so like I felt like it was a little, it's like, okay, let's go super stylized. Let's go super realistic. It kind of took me out for like a fraction of a second.
Yeah, no, I totally see that. Generally though, with his like grittier style, I do kind of enjoy that. There's a moment where he comments on his fighting style because of, whether he's got a suit or not. He's like, I just meaner. And I think that was also kind of a commentary on his Captain America. His version of Captain America is he's just like a little more no nonsense, a little more, not street fighting level, but, just like that, more... You don't know if he's actually you actually do worry that he could get taken out because he can get, stabbed and shot and all the things. So
another weakness I thought it was there was a lot of exposition in this movie. And backstory that I would have rather seen than be told about.
Yeah.
That might have been involved. I think there's a lot of this movie is connected to the 2008 Incredible Hulk movie with Edward Norton and Liv Tyler.
Yeah.
But so they do a lot of kind of, well, this happened as like a line instead of finding a way to kind of tell the story and tell you that.
Yeah, it would have been nice to have more visual rather than putting that into the dialogue.
And there's even like a big plot point that they just kind of announce. They don't actually really show what how they get to the conclusion of this point.
I'm sure you're right. I'm not connecting right now with what that is. We'll talk about it after. I'm sure you're
But overall, I thought it was a good movie.
This was fun and so exciting. Got us really a lot more excited about Marvel. It's been a little hit and miss lately. Like I said, I'm an easygoing moviegoer, but once in a while lately, Marvel's been kind of like, meh, okay. But this was exciting. This was good.
Awesome. So that is our review of Captain America: Brave New World. And next week, no new movies coming out that we're going to go see. So next week, we're going to have a fun video for you. It's going to be a long one. But we talked about doing our Oscar breakdown. We talked about it, and we thought it'd be a little bit more fun if we ran the Oscars. So we've been putting together our list of all the movies we saw in 2024, and our 2024 films that we saw.
Right.
And we're gonna come at you with a bit of a debate video where I'm gonna present my 5, she's gonna present her 5. We're gonna duke it out and see who gets their winner. So if you want to see some fun film debate, tune into that on Monday. If you
want to see marital fights, no.
So this is Meet in the Middle Movies. I'm Elon.
I'm Mindy.
And we'll see you next time.
See you then.